The Lord be with you. May Jesus be praised on this Thursday of Easter week. I want to share with you as we begin a little gift that I brought back. In fact, I brought a number of them back for my nieces and nephews, my great nieces and nephews, when I went to Ukraine. It's a beautiful nesting doll. I'm sure you're familiar with them. And what the children especially enjoyed, because they had perhaps not seen them before, is that when you open one, then there's another, and then there's another, and you know how nesting dolls are. They just one inside another, inside another. I use this image of a nesting doll to help explain how we are approaching the mystery of Easter. I say that because we all know Easter, but I think the depth of the spiritual life requires us to open it up a little bit further, to meditate more deeply upon what it means that Christ has risen from the dead and how we experience the risen Christ in our life. And so we go deeper and deeper, opening the dolls that bring us to the heart of our faith. Some years ago, a priest in Italy, along with other people, I'm sure, simultaneously around the world, began reflecting upon the stations of the cross, and felt that for us to really appreciate Easter, we needed a via lucis, not only the way of the cross, but the way of light. Stations of the resurrection. A novel concept for most of us, and yet if you go online you will find that there are multiple examples of books and communities that use a reflection upon each of the mysteries that unfold in the resurrection experience of the Lord Jesus and of the church after Easter. Lent is a period of 40 days. Easter is a period of 50 days. And so during these 50 days, we should be as open as possible to the power of the Spirit in helping us understand the mysteries of the resurrection. A wonderful little book that is available online from Amazon called Stations of the Resurrection, The Way to Life, by a priest, Father Terry Testard, gives meditations on 14 different incidents that occur after the resurrection and that are often missed by those who regularly come to Sunday Mass and perhaps haven't reflected further on just what it has meant for Jesus to have been raised. He mentions, for example, the descent into hell. Right after the resurrection, Christ goes into hell and then brings forward with him all of those who have gone before. He has a station on the appearances of Christ in Galilee, on the road to Emmaus, which we read yesterday, a meditation on Pentecost. And Father Terry concludes with the conversion of Paul, which brought the message of the resurrection to the whole world. The Kindle edition for this wonderful little book is only $3.99. What a deal. And for $6.99 you can get a hard copy. Now if you look below this video, you will see that there are 2 links that will connect you to different online versions of the Stations of the Resurrection, the Via Lucis. And sometimes when you compare one to the other, they've included different messages, different scenes from the life of Christ's resurrection, from his time with his disciples. I want to share with you just one of those meditations from Father Descartes, who reflected on this Jesus as offering us the way of life. This is how one of the meditations will go. We adore and praise you, O risen Lord. Because of your death and resurrection, you give life to the world. And the meditation goes on after the reading of the gospel. O Christ of the resurrection, when you spoke Mary's name, she knew that it was you. You know each of us individually. You call us by name. In times of doubt and perplexity, speak gently to us, speak our name, and help us to realize that it is not our weakness that counts, but your strength. Not our achievements, but your redeeming grace in us that brings us to the new day. In addition to the beautiful prayer, Father will give us an image, the actual colored image of the icon that he's meditating upon, and reflecting even further and helping us understand those icons. I'm just saying this because during this Easter season, when we're looking to deepen our life of faith and when we have far more time on our hands than we're accustomed to because of the coronavirus, that in having walked the way of the cross during the Lenten season, I urge you to walk the way of light, via lucis, the way of light and life that Christ has given to us. So I encourage you, together with others in the parish community here, to get online and find a copy of the Stations of the Resurrection, and let it be a pathway which will lead us to the Feast of Pentecost, which concludes these 50 days of our journey with Christ, with the Risen One. May God bless you and your family.